Welcome to episode 21 of Civilization 3, Play the World. Alright, leaving right off here. I'm afraid there's going to be about a 30 seconds to a minute of overlap between the last video and this, because originally, like I said, it was one video, but it turned out to be 12 minutes long, so I decided to divide it into two. Okay, but we're fighting two wars, as you may remember. Our long-standing war with the Japanese and our new struggle against the Germans, who snuck right in and took New Delhi, which was unfortunately far less defended than it should have been, which is my fault, and the people of the city are suffering because of it. But we will change that now. And I made a big mistake there. See that pikeman and see that longbowman? That pikeman is guarding a settler. I wanted him to form a city right there, but I was foolish enough to let him walk right in without making sure the area was clear first. So there is nothing stopping that longbowman from attacking him. And the longbowman has an attack rating of 4, whereas the pikeman only has a rating of 3. So we are looking at a very likely chance that our settler might be captured by the Japanese, which would put our citizens in their hands. Now, here we go. And yes, I know it kind of went skippy, but he did get him. The longbowman only sustained 1 damage in killing our pikeman and taking our settler. Now, when you capture a settler, it turns into 2 workers. So, there are now 2 workers the Japanese have of ours, and they're probably going to bring them further into our empire. Or to their empire, I should say. So, now it's time to balance our forces against the oncoming Japanese war. There's 6 more turns for the Iron Treaty with the Arabs. Once that is up, I can buy some new technology for them. I know the Koreans have their own saltpeter, but the thing about buying resources, unless you have a resource to trade, they're very, very expensive. And I can't afford to do it, especially now. Besides, I would want to wait until I have military tradition at all. Which is why I must press forward with my invasion of Japan. Because that city, Nagasaki, has the saltpeter. And even if I am behind on tech, once I get cavalry, I'm pretty formidable nonetheless. So, I have a choice between taking our workers back and killing this unit. And I decide it's more important to get rid of this dangerous longbowman, even if it does mean that the Japanese are going to keep those 2 workers for a while. I know I'll eventually get them back, so I'm not really in a rush. Now this guy was far enough south that he managed to avoid the problems that the other settler had. But I really do have to watch out in the future for that, because that was bad. I can't say anything good came of that. So, as you can see, we have a good number of war elephants. Most of them aren't fully healed. So, it's going to take at least another couple turns before I feel willing to launch another attack on our enemy. But, have no doubt, the attack will soon come. Excuse me. Yeah, the Celtics are strong up there. I'm very glad they're on our side and not the Germans. Okay, it skipped over the entire thing, I think, but it took 2 German knights, but they did kill our pikemen. We did take a German knight with us, but the invasion, I shouldn't say the invasion, the liberation of New Delhi is a priority, and we're going to be sending a lot of troops. Also, see that lone Japanese city in the northeast corner of the screen? We are going to send some people out there to get it. Now, I told you I don't like having cities that are far flung from anything, but if I don't capture that city, there's going to be this one Japanese city out there taunting me, tantalizing me, begging me to take it. So, I can't resist those kind of urges. I'm just going to go right in and snag it. Alright. Now, War Elephant's here. Send him in. Another pikeman. We'll get him closer. Unfortunately, there's a number of War Elephants, so we're going to be putting a pretty good defense. And also, like I said, the Knight and the War Elephant are evenly matched. I still don't know what the War Elephant has over the Knight. I think it might be cheaper because I am producing a lot of them very quickly. That's my only guess. Now I have I'm committing 4 War Elephants in Edo and 1 from Nora to go towards Tokyo to capture the city. Now I don't know if that will be enough, but because that samurai is fully as good of a defensive unit as a musketman. Fortunately, though, they only have one. He only has 3 hit points. And also, I noticed there's a source of iron by Tokyo. The Japanese could have been producing medieval infantry and swordmen all this time, but because their cities weren't hooked up by a network of workers, they can't use it. So, another lesson in the importance of workers. Well, that's the end for this video. I hope to see you in part 22.